It was in 2022, Mike Caputo, me and him were up in the 8th floor, we were watching football together, and I asked him, like, if you could take anything back from your playing days, like, what would you do? And he said, the one thing that I wish I could have done is hit harder. Coming back, I just have to hit him as hard as I possibly can, like, be the most violent player I can be, play the game the way it's meant to be played, because when I'm like done, and I was done for a little bit, like in my mind I didn't know if I was gonna play, and the stuff that ate at me is that I hit these guys as hard as I possibly could. We talk about our why sometimes, and for me it always was just like every time I looked in the mirror, like I just saw like a football player from when I was a little kid to now. To me, I wouldn't feel right as a man or as a person just to give up on what I think my why is. I knew that I had to just find a way, and whatever that way was, I had to see it through and play again. Spring after my freshman year, I had surgery on my foot and expecting to play my true sophomore year. My first practice back, I re-injured that foot. I was done for that whole year. The following winter, I had something wrong with my ankle, so I got surgery on that. I had another foot injury, and then after that foot injury, I got a second opinion on an ankle surgery that I had. They said the surgery didn't go well. I had to get another surgery on that ankle, and so I rehabbed that summer leading into my senior year. But then I finally was able to get healthy enough to play against Minnesota and in the bowl game.
He was the type of guy that, although he was hurt, it didn't feel like it unless you were out on the field with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, guy brought energy no matter what his circumstances were. He didn't let his circumstances affect his day-to-day.
12 months for this right here. Let's welcome to Big Ten football, baby.
If I'm gonna be here, I gotta add some value somehow, and that was how I added value for a few years. And I just love the guys, love being here. Like, I always dreamed of coming to Wisconsin, so it was hard to do that, but it made it easier to a sense.
And he's stopped by Aaron Witt.
Some people wouldn't have been able to see light at the end of the tunnel, but he did, he was able to, and to be out there and play with him has been the most special part. I'm being hurt for 3 straight years, losing his mom, be able to still persevere and get through that, man, it's been special to watch.
So my dad called me right when we got back from Platteville, and he's like, hey, like, Mom's not doing too good. And so I went up to Coach Mitchell's office and Coach Fickle, and I talked to him. Coach Fickle told me, like, you need to go home right now. So I practiced the next morning, and then right after that, I went home for about 3 days during fall camp. So I got to go home for a little bit at the end.
Met her for the first time a few weeks before she passed away. We were in Platteville, and she came to our open practice. She probably didn't feel the greatest and drove however many hours to come just watch one of his last fall camp practices. Was, I think, just goes to show the type of mother that she was.
My mom was very selfless. She always made sure that other people were good, and she always wanted to provide. And no matter what situation she was in, she attacked the role of being a mother, even though when other things in her life weren't going so good.
I feel like that's the same type of teammate that he is. No matter how he's feeling, no matter what he's going through, he's still going to find a way to be there for the team.
Well, you never have to worry about this guy giving anything less than his very best, Aaron Witt.
You look at your parents as like superheroes growing up, and so just to be compared to their like best qualities and attributes is really special.
He says all the time, you know, he's going to die about the W. He really means that. You know, he loves Wisconsin, he loves being here, and he's going to do whatever he can to make sure the program succeeds.
Even in the worst of time, like, I want to be the person that people can look to, like, when they're going through a hard time. Like, I want to be someone that exemplifies on like how you handle hard things and how you get through hard things. And I really hope I can be a role model on how to handle adversity.